Hi, everyone. So, I've been thinking a lot about how to take a stand for what we think is right, what we think is good, pure, and holy, and how to do that from a place that is really in alignment, and how to release ourselves from the sort of normal patterns that present themselves, such as judgment or division or separation. I think there's a natural kind of divide that is happening, and I think that it is going to be through the language of resonance that we begin to really magnetize the people that are meant to be walking the path with us. So it's less of a sort of energy of rejection and more of a taking a stand and really confirming this is what I want for myself, for my family, for my community. And then those that are in resonance will be attracted to that. And then the path will continue to unfold, and you'll continue to blossom from a deeper space of love that doesn't require the energy of separation and division, judgment, and hatred. So many qualities that we see permeating every aspect of our lives lately. I have most definitely been guilty of a lot of judgments, and I continue to work with it on a daily basis. And so, as I was reflecting upon all of these things this morning, I was digging through some old notes on my computer because I was looking for something, and I came across a message that I received and that I channeled from Mary Magdalene. And this was a few years ago, and this was actually, she was speaking to me through me about a women's march that was happening. And it was, gosh, I don't know if I can even remember the year. It's not here. I think it was about 3 years ago. And when I read it today, I just had goosebumps over my entire body because it just was resonating so much and it felt so relevant for what we're going through today. So I wanted to read this message to you all and share from, a space of openness, just how we can perhaps navigate a little more clearly, with a little more grace, everything that we're experiencing now. The winds of change have come now to cleanse your consciousness, both the consciousness of the masculine and of the feminine. But don't be confused and don't get lost in story. And don't get lost in fighting, because this will only make you more susceptible to the images that have been continually imprinted onto your consciousness over this large period of time. And also remember, this was a co-creation. Try to let go of the separation. As a holy, sacred woman, you must learn to alchemize your rage. Rage becomes sacred when you can live inside the alchemical chamber of the Sacred Heart. That is to say that you transmute rage into the holy light that can feed you, your family, your loved ones, and the entire collective consciousness. Rage becomes poison when you do not alchemize it, and it turns into deep, bitter resentment that is held and stored in your bones, your womb, and in your cells. And when this kind of poisonous resentment is stored there for long enough without properly alchemizing it, it will then begin to manifest outside of itself as more of the thing that you do not want. So, as you are protesting in the streets, make sure to remember what it is that you're saying yes to, not just what you're saying no to. Because the power of the yes is much, much bigger than the power of the no. Out of the mysterious, dark, no-thingness of the womb comes all things. And so it is through this ancient memory that you as a woman can remember that nothing is actually outside of yourself. And so there is actually nothing to fight. As hard as the truth is to swallow, there is only more to love. It takes time, patience, and diligence to transform your rage into this sacred light. It takes time, trust, faith, and hope to empty out all imprints of the past and projections of the future, to make your own body a chalice that is available for the divine to use. And when you are able to empty yourself out in this way, your natural inclination as a woman, holding the capacity to relax into the divine feminine, is to allow and to receive more of the vibrations that you actually desire and that are in harmony. And through this receptivity of your open vessel as an open chalice for God, you are able to have your vessel overflow with love and light. And so then every dark force that comes into your field is immediately alchemized as well. This is the new feminine that is being birthed on the planet. She's fiercely compassionate, and she doesn't have the bitterness on her tongue anymore. So everything that she tastes carries with it the sweetness of the infinitely unfolding rose that opens its petals in perfect harmony. Imagine your life in this way, always tasting sweetness everywhere you go. This is done by always remembering that everything you see outside of yourself is also within you. There is nothing that can be outside of you because your mysterious, magical womb space encompasses all. Many think God is a man, but how could God not have a womb? So begin to hold yourself in godliness, with your spine erect, and allow yourself to become that chalice for God. Begin to hold yourself in worthiness, remembering your capacity to create life, not just children, but to birth worlds of pure peace through your surrender into the naturalness of life. So, if you protest with worthiness in your step, and invite your masculine counterpart that is represented in many forms on your earth currently to walk with you in spirit, beside you as an equal. Remember, this is not about making yourself superior. This is about a fierce compassion that can alchemize anything. And if you protest, ask that with each step you take, you get closer and closer to the perfection of that alchemy within your own being. And as that happens, you will begin to see reflections of that around you. First, it will start in your immediate surroundings within your family. And then it will echo out into your friendships. And soon enough, it will be out in the world, into the greater collective. And this is how the change will take place. It won't take place through fight. These are old ways that we've already tried. It won't take place through bitterness. This is a poison that will eventually kill you. It won't take place through judgment. This is just a mechanism of the mind whenever it forgets that it is one. It will take place through patience and persistence, and you will walk in beauty, and you will walk in love, and you will walk in peace, and you will walk in light. And this is my promise to you. The golden age is before you. It is written in all the prophecies. So how do you want to use this pivotal moment in history? The wise will alchemize. Stay in your heart. Remember your birthright. There is no one that is not a child of the goddess. Oh, I just love that message. It's so strong. And it's so relevant to me right now. So I'd love to open up a conversation about this and just ask you what this maybe brought up in you. And I really like this part about how she was saying, like, you do this in your own life and then it goes out into your family, to your friendships, and it eventually kind of expands. And I personally really see that happening in my life. In many ways, 2020 was actually one of my best years. It was when I really fully committed to certain things, to certain morals and ethics, and stood my ground. And then as a result of that, everything changed and shifted. But yeah, I see this exact thing unfolding in my life. It echoes out in these ways, and suddenly it's this magnificent, even if it's small, community of like-minded and like-hearted people wanting the same thing, wanting to walk that path with me. So let me know what you thought about this message.